Dear Michael, I watched you dance.
You can't. God ain't good. You can't tell me. You can't tell me. You can't tell me. You cannot tell me. You cannot tell me that you get too old. You can't tell me it's too late. You can't tell me dreams come true. It is a sweet. It is a sweet. It is a.
I know that's not what you're known for, but it was a praise dance for all the people that prayed for you. I watched the God in you groove through your shoes. It wasn't quite the moonwalk, but I bet you felt like Michael, like a messiah of music, at least in that moment. That day you entered a league of extraordinary gentlemen, but you have always been a pillar, a promise, a prominent prodigy for the people of the projects to the people of politics, and you provided me with possibly one of my proudest points post-parenthood. I felt like a proud dad. You're older than me, so that can't be, but we share the same name, so we something like play cousins. And you didn't come to play, cousin, because in the end, you were the last man standing. But so was everyone else in the room, all of us, on our feet, beating our hands in celebration of your three-peat. I bet you felt like Michael, a wizard who still gives back to the young bulls. I can't tell you, I cannot tell you how inspired I was by your words. You told us to keep using our imagination to shape and form the world. You dared us to believe that art can change the world. Michael, I am a believer. It must have felt like your Super Bowl, being the Lone Star receiver on the world's biggest stage as they handed you your trophy. You must have felt like Michael, earning everything you worked so hard for. You pledged allegiance to the grind a long time ago. It's time I go do the same. You can't tell me, you cannot tell me you get too old or it's too late to step back into the ring. You didn't let society box you in. You came out swinging and hit him with the TKO, knocked out all three categories. I bet you felt like Michael, a heavy hitter. Used your hooks to beat the odds. You fight with your flows, and the Grammy goes to. How cool was it to hear your name called and given Grammys from Jimmy Jam, only to have your joy ruined at the hands of justice just as you walk proudly across that stage, then have your page turn and be booked, but better booked than buried. The other brown Mike went from graduation celebration to a cemetery. I'm sure you were thankful you were handed a Grammy instead of a grave, a trophy instead of a tombstone, cuffs instead of a casket. I bet you would have felt like Michael. As if our lives ain't already rough enough. But you were on a mission. You had the eye of the tiger, but they made it their creed to make your life a little bit more rocky. But in the end, you still remain the champ. I bet you felt how Michael be. Michael, the 9-year-old inside of you was proud. I was in the room and I watched him dance. I want you to know you inspired the 9-year-old in me, and the adult in me is just as proud. I know it may not mean much coming from a stranger, but like I said before, we share the same name, so we something like play cousins. And I just want you to keep dancing, cousin. Sincerely, Michael.